Hi, my name is Mylia and I'm taking Public Speaking 115, Communication 101. And I'm going to talk to you about fracking. This is my persuasive speech. I'm sure you all heard that gas prices are skyrocketing and it's almost up to $8 in some places. But that's not entirely true. There's a new way and it's called fracking. This can help our society as a whole. And we have an unlimited amount of gas underneath the earth for decades. It can last us forever. Around the world, there are tons of spots called shale underneath our feet. This is in the third or fourth layer of bedrock. And what they do is they take a machine, they go down into the earth, and then they blow air into it and put...
Just keep going. Just keep going. Don't stop.
Blow air into it, and then they put a liquid inside, which is, I will tell you later how it's composed of, and then they take out the oil. It comes in coal, which is bigger pieces than what we actually see, because we see gas as the natural process that they make it go through. Then we get the gas, and we have electricity, heat, and somewhere to get around. There are new machines that can use this process at a side angle. Yes, it's not as successful as maybe wind power, but we're not there yet. Solar power is still expensive and it's hard to get out around neighborhoods like in the middle of nowhere, like where I live. And also fracking is less expensive and there's a better outcome in the long run, and we actually can provide more jobs with fracking. I'm going to read to you a little quote from someone who does fracking. Horizontal drilling, along with traditional vertical drilling, allows for the injection of highly pressurized fracking fluids into the shale area. This creates new channels within the rock from which natural gas is extracted at higher than traditional rates. This drilling process can take up to a month, while the drilling teams deliver more than a mile into the Earth's surface, after which the well is seized and with cement to ensure groundwater protection. So our groundwater isn't even touched. This doesn't even affect our groundwater. It doesn't even go near it. So it protects us and protects them in the long run. Also, fracking takes maybe a couple of months to extract the oil from the ground. Wait, let me back up. What is fracking, you may ask? Well, it's sideways drilling into the earth. This can pull up the oil and all of the coal that we need in less than a month. Yes, it is a risky process because we are going into the unknown. We don't know what's under there, and it's really hard to see what we are actually doing. But we do know that we can calculate it without messing up with the groundwater or hitting pipes or even hitting fossils. I'm sure a lot of you want to know how fracking can benefit us as a whole. Well, one, it can bring us more gas. Yes, it may be more expensive in the long run, but it can help us because we'll have a higher rate and we can support the entire U.S. on just a little bit of our gas alone. I mean, we're standing on it. Why not use it in the long run? Also, fracking, this can result in many jobs. People can wake up to have a job, and people are needed for this. So why not do fracking? You may ask, well, what is fracking made up of? Fracking is made up of soap, laundry detergent, egg whites, lemon juice, and there was one other thing. I think it was baking soda. I conducted this experiment with some of my teammates and her father, who is actually a professional fracker. He brought us the ingredients and he showed us how to do it and how safe it actually is. So we know what we're putting into our earth. It's not unknown. It's household common items. and we could just throw it away and it won't hurt the earth. So what the process actually is, I don't have a picture, but I'll try and demonstrate it. Fracking, how they first come up with it, they drill a big hole, and then they pour cement inside. And then they drill another hole inside the cement, and then they put a pipe inside. And then they do it once more, and put another layer of cement, so then it's compacted, and it's small. Yes, it may be noisy because there's tons of machines, and it is a construction zone, but it's worth it in the long run. And then, once they put the pipeline down into the hole, it goes at an angle, so it cuts the shale at an angle. Once they get down there, then they pressurize air inside, and that cracks the shale. Once the shale is cracked, they then put sand down in there so that the shale will stay open, and then it won't close after that. Then they can put the fluid down into the shale, and it will blow out all the coal, break it up into pieces, and then they'll suck it back up in to the tube so then we can use it and process it so it can be used for cars and electricity. Also, fracking, where do I start? Fracking can help benefit our jobs. It can increase and would not be considered a benefit, but like each state is different. Fracking, you can't do it in New York. I mean, it's too dangerous to do it right in the middle of a busy city street. There's no way, and it would put everyone in danger. So it's more geared towards people and countries and cities that are outside of like the city limit, and it's more for, I guess, states that have lots of open land. Because if we did it in the middle of the city, it would be a mess and it wouldn't get finished at all. Also, fracking could not be in desert areas like Texas. I mean, it could be, but it's too windy and too stormy and dusty, so it wouldn't be as successful. I mean, we pass by fracking machines all the time. They have a ton in Colorado, up in the mountains and the foothills. We just don't realize it because it's so quiet and it's so unknown that it's there that we have no idea there is even fracking. What time are we at? 2 minutes. I'm going to read to you another quote. If fracking does happen, we can benefit by having jobs. These numbers will often be pointed to in political debates. In an economy with full employment, such an increase would not consider a benefit per se, but a state such as New York with a high unemployment rate of 8.2 might wish to weigh the potential employment effects when evaluating the merits of a moratorium. And this is from the benefits of fracking. I have shared to you how fracking is made, what fracking actually is, and how it can benefit us. In the long run, fracking is 100% guaranteed. Yes, it may not be safe. I mean, nothing is 100% safe, but it can save us a lot of trouble. I'm going to leave with you this statement by Ken Morgan. The potential to provide wind energy at the point of use within urban environments is a major paradigm shift from the typical large wind scenarios, where multi-megawatt systems are forced to be installed farther and farther away from populations where the energy is most needed. Ken Morgan. So, in the long run, we can still use fracking, even though it may be expensive at first, but it can benefit us in the long run, and we won't have to borrow from other countries. Thank you for listening to my speech, and yes.